Good evening, this is Brant from tradeguild.blogspot.com, and we are just approaching August 16th, but we're going to be looking at the action from August 15th here, and up on the screen I have the Dow Jones 30, and basically I have a 50-day moving average, a 22-day moving average, and a 200-day moving average, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and zoom into a 1-hour chart, and here we are with the 1-hour chart. And I'm going to draw a real quick trend line here, and there we go. Basically yesterday we saw a rally up into this trend line right in here in the early morning, and we called this as a nice area to go ahead and take advantage of this price strength and go ahead and short some stocks. And again today, this morning, we saw another rally up into the same area, except today we had some economic numbers that came out, and the market applauded those numbers. Apparently it looks like inflation is starting to come under control, and the market subsequently rallied through that level. This is a very significant technical breakout, being this trend line has been in effect for most of the month already, and we're seeing nice strength on rising volume through that trend level. So the situation was pretty much the same with the S&P 500. I'm going to pull up a chart of that real quick, and here's the S&P 500, and we see the same story here. We get this nice breakout through that level. So it looks to me like we may be headed for a nice little rally. Tomorrow we have some more inflation numbers coming out. If those confirm today's strength, a couple possibilities: we may see a pullback here to this trend line and a move up, which would be next stop taking out this August 4th high over here, or it could fail and head back down below that trend line. So we're at a very pivotal moment, I think. And I think it's wise to be on your toes with your stops and maybe be moving in towards a more long-oriented bias in your portfolio, especially should this trend line hold as support. So in that spirit, let's take a look at a few longs. The first one I'm going to pull up is INO, Inovio Biomedical Corporation. And here's that same screen with the 22, the 50, and the 200-day moving averages. And what we're seeing here, and we're going to see a lot of this tonight, I think, is this trend of the 50-day moving average starting to flatten out, and really we're entering a stage of accumulation here. And there's a nice little accumulation throughout July there, and we've got a nice move that has broken out above that 50-day moving average, above the accumulation area or zone, and it looks like now we're entering a period of markup in this stock where prices would tend to accelerate and move up. This area over here is where smart money presumably is accumulating the stock quietly, driving price up, and now it is starting to grab some attention, and retail people like us, more or less, are coming in and will be driving that stock price up, hopefully. Here's a 10-day moving average in red crossing that 22-day moving average, which for me, taken with these two other indicators, is a confirmation of a long. The other two are a custom cumulative indicator in blue, which is crossing above a 10 and 20-day moving average, and RSI sitting above that 0 level. Let's take a look at the accumulation that's driving this move. And here we can see all throughout April, May, June, you can see this bright green accumulation and balance of power. And you can also see time segmented volume has been on a tear heading up, and it's crossed in July above that 0 level solidly. It's above its moving averages. And while price has been coming down or consolidating sideways, we've seen building accumulation in these indicators. So it looks to me like everything is in gear for INO, and that stock, I would believe, is going to be headed higher. If we can buy a pullback into the 220 level or 215 level, all the better. Next up, I am going to show you CRYO, and this is CRYO Core Inc. Medical Instruments. And again, we're looking at a similar situation where we see this kind of rounding bottom, or cup, some might call it, and we've got a period of consolidation through June and July, and we are now seeing the initial stages of markup with that breakout coming towards the end of July at this level, and a little pullback, and another move up to make a new high, and a little pullback off that. So it looks to me like we're in the stage of markup now. You can see the linear regression trend channel has broken out to the upside here, and you can see in the Bollinger Bands here, as this accumulation was taking place, we got this nice tightening up of the bands and a nice explosive move out there. Also, let's take a look at that accumulation again here on this screen. And again, time segmented volume is headed up. June and July and August BOP has been very positive. So that confirms for me that this area was accumulation. This area is markup. So we can expect to see, I think we can expect to see these levels at 350 be tested shortly. Let's go ahead and move on to another one here. And this is NGAS, resources, oil, drilling, gas exploration. Again, similar theme here, June, July, get this period of consolidation in here. You can see this downtrend line that was in effect, and we've got a nice breakout in late July, early August here on good volume. Bumped into that 200-day moving average, which is acting as temporary resistance at this point. And I think things look very positive in this stock, actually. It was on the long list a couple times recently, I think as recently as last night. And if I can just clean up the chart a little bit, well, before we get there, you see the 10-day moving averages cross that 22-day moving average. My blue custom cumulative indicator is above its moving averages, and RSI is above 0. So this confirms for me a pullback to that 22-day moving average is beautiful. I love that, and I'm going to clean up the chart like I said. Let's zoom in and see what happened. There's that downtrend channel, or line, I'm sorry, that was in effect, and the breakout you can see on good volume there, and this pullback, look at this little doji right here, which is a indication of a loss of momentum, in this case a loss of momentum on this downside pullback, and it occurred at this former level of resistance, which is now functioning as support. So NGAS, I think I also did a video on August 10th, so you can take a look at that too. But all in all, this was just a beautiful position to enter today, and likely will be headed much higher. So let's see what else we have here. Moving along to CMED, and this is China Medical Technologies. Again, very similar theme, June, July accumulation in here, a move above that 50-day moving average, a move above that consolidation level, and it looks like we're again in the early stages of markup in CMED. Again, the longs are all in gear here, the long indicators for me. And let's take a look at the accumulation here. Very positive. We can see TSV has been on an upward slope while price has been downward or sideways. And even more impressive is money stream. Here's a money stream low with corresponding price low, a lower price low, higher low in money stream, lower low, higher low, lower low, higher low, and it's a very positive divergence. So all in all, CMED looks good, and I will be back shortly with another video.